Hi, I'm Helena.
And I'm Nadezhda.
And we wanted to give you some Fashion Week tips. We both participated in Fashion Week last month, and we just wanted to give you the rundown about what to expect at castings and, more importantly, what you should do to be prepared. So our first point is going to be bringing a printed and professional comp card.
Definitely bring a professional comp card. You don't want to pull up with just, basic iPhone photos that you took that are not on a white wall with bad lighting. You want to make sure that you have good lighting, no makeup in your photos, and make sure that you're getting your angles.
Definitely make sure that you're getting your good angles. If you take some pictures, they look really awkward, literally just retake them. Comp card is basically kind of like your passport in the fashion industry, so you really want to make sure that it's up to date. Make sure you have accurate measurements. You can only fudge the measurements on one part, which Nadia will tell you about.
Yes, so as a 5'8" girl, a lot of the times castings will have a limit for 5'9". Now, yes, it does say 5'9" on my comp card, but first of all, you better have good posture if you're gonna do that. And honestly, that really is the only thing that you can really fib. Your waist measurement, your hips, your chest, guys, even if you get casted, they will put clothes on you that are supposed to fit those measurements and they don't. So that's not something that you can, I would say, cheat on.
No, then you'd be screwed. Then that's really awkward for you and for them, and they'll probably get really pissed at you, so don't, okay? But in reality, it's like most of the time I've seen, because I saw a lot of comp cards, okay, I'm not gonna say a lot, but I saw a few in line where like people would give it to me and I could just immediately tell it was not true, and they like lied on the measurements. And it's like, they're going to see you in person. Like, there's really no point in lying on the measurements. There are so many organizations and brands that cast all sorts of different body types, so just be honest on your measurements, because it'll kind of come back to bite you in the ass if you aren't. So number 2, be prepared. You want to wear comfortable shoes. You don't want to be standing in heels for hours, and Nadia can tell you all about what you should pack in your bag.
Okay, so in your bag, do not pull up with just your heels and your comp card. Listen, especially if you're going to multiple castings throughout the day, you are going to need supplies. You're going to need to bring water. You want to make sure that you ate breakfast before, and a full one. I don't care if you want to look skinny. You will look skinny by the time you walk into that room, but make sure you eat a full breakfast. Make sure you bring snacks as well. Lint roller, if you're wearing all black, which you better be. Lint roller is going to be necessary. Like, everyone's running around with a lint roller, or they're running around asking for one, and you don't want to be the girl or the guy asking for a lint roller. You want to have one. And what else do we need in that bag? Like gum. If that's what you need. If you're someone who uses eye drops, bring everything you need, because you don't know what might happen that day. You don't know how long you're going to be out waiting in lines. This stuff takes a while. So
yeah, just plan to be out of the house for like basically a full work day. Remember to bring your water bottle, please, guys, especially if you're in New York. Water's expensive. They're not going to provide free stuff for you at a lot of these events. Sometimes they do. I know the MGI casting we went to, they had like snacks, they had water.
Yeah,
that was really cool,
nice.
But 9 out of 10 times they're not going to have stuff for you, which is very typical. So definitely be prepared. Bring all of the stuff that Nadia just told you to bring. Do not like wing it and think like, oh, it's fine. Like, it's not going to be fine, and by 11:30 in the morning it's going to be over for you. So don't. Okay, so number 3, remember to bring your positivity. Packing your positivity is really the most important thing that you're going to pack. And you're like, how do I do that? We always like to say that you should leave insecurity at the door.
Absolutely. You do not want to walk in there all meek and shy and eyes bolting in every direction. You want to walk into that room and instantly dominate. Like, how many times have I walked into, okay, this is my 2nd season that I've done, but my 1st season was absolutely horrendous. I would walk into the room and be like, oh my God, like, where do I sign up?
It's
like,
scary.
No, we're not doing that anymore. Of course it's hard, but try your best to walk in there already being like, I have been casted for this, full of confidence, and most importantly, full of positivity. Don't give off giving off a negative vibe is I just like, get more stressed when I see people that are not, you know, smiling and having a good time. I understand you want to look professional, but also remember that like someone might look at you and want to have a chat with you, maybe meet you, and you could become friends or collaborators in the future. And then they look at you and they're like, ooh. She's not the one.
Yeah,
she's not the one.
Not sure what she's doing, not sure of her vibe. You want to make sure you're like very open, very friendly. I mean, obviously this happens in all walks of life, but you know, there were like a few people that we encountered that were just very like stuck up. You don't want to have a stick up your ass, because like she just said, anybody could be a photographer. Anybody could know someone that could get you an opportunity. Not that you should purely be social climbing at these events, because like it's always
that part.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
It's very obvious to everyone when
Yes.
you do it. So don't do it. Okay?
Yeah.
Like don't think that like, oh, they can't tell. Like no, this is not Los Angeles. It is not just accepted that everybody's a leech. Don't be that person.
Just become friends with people.
Yeah.
Genuinely make connections with people. Be like, hey, you're standing next to a girl in a line that you're probably going to be standing in for the next hour. You might as well find out what her name is and where she's from and how long she's been, etc., etc.
Yeah, what she does, what she wants to do in the future, get her Instagram. Like, just make friends. Like, seriously, I'm not even kidding. We met at Fashion Week. We're doing this video now. We met at Fashion Week standing in line. Like, literally. Well, no. We met outside.
We met outside. But, like, that's the thing. It's again, I understand having anxiety, and I understand sometimes not wanting to put yourself into, like, a really, like, social situation and be like, hi, to a random stranger. But try your best, and once again, if you have a positive energy to you, everyone's gonna feel it.
Yeah,
and people will come up to you.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. The more you do it, the easier it gets. You know, it's like exposure therapy, as I always like to say. Okay,
Yes.
So number 4. This is important, guys. This is a really important one. Wear an all black fitted outfit. Okay, and I know you're thinking, well, I don't really want to do that, because the best outfit I have, the most flattering outfit I have in my arsenal is actually jeans. Okay, well, that's great, but it's like, you always want to be prepared, and you're like, well, my friend got casted for this really cool thing wearing baggy clothes. Well, that's great, but maybe it was a streetwear brand. Maybe it was a smaller boutique. Maybe it was whatever. The like uniform, okay, basic outfit that you should be wearing to like fit within the guidelines of every casting is black and fitted. So that would be like, you know, black fitted pants, or maybe some sort of like romper, some sort of jumpsuit, as long as it's fitted to your body, that would be perfect, okay? But make sure it is black, make sure it is fitted. You don't want to be changing outfits between castings. That's crazy, that's not good for anyone, and it's really gonna kind of mess up your schedule. You also want to make sure that what you're wearing you are confident in.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, listen, not everyone looks great in tight clothes. I can say that I absolutely despise the black skinny jeans that I have to wear to these castings, but it doesn't matter. The thing that matters is, you want to be confident in it, of course, but you also want to remember the guidelines. Like, it's better to be prepared, period. That's it. That's the end of the sentence. Like, you don't want to walk in, as you said, needing to change or wearing baggy pants. What if the casting agents are not ones that are going to look at you wearing baggy pants and be like, yeah, I can kind of see her figure, this is good for me. The whole point is that they need to see what your body looks like. Obviously, you don't want to pull up in there with jeans that don't fit you or tight pants that don't fit you, but find a pair of leggings or find a pair of jeans that show off your body, show off your curves, maybe do a boot cut. If that makes your legs look longer, sure. But at the end of the day, we need to see your curves. They need to see where your waist is and your hips are and your proportions. So confidence, but also be prepared, and also suck it up, babe.
No, exactly. And on top of that, like just to add, you want to make sure that you're wearing something that fits your body so well that you are not adjusting it when you're walking. You never, ever want to be walking. Your walk should be full of confidence, and it should really showcase like your presence and what you can do with your body. You should not be walking and like, you know, also it just kind of gives off insecurity when someone does that, because one of the telltale signs of insecurity is like, you know, when you walk in and you're always like adjusting and like, you know, whatever. And I
in the mirror, like,
yes, in the mirror, like, oh, like,
do I look fat?
Do I look fat right now? Exactly. Like, don't do that. And I can say that because I was super insecure in high school, and that's literally like what my body language was like all day. Like, I was constantly picking and poking at my clothes clothes, and no, okay, you don't want to do that. You especially don't want to do that when walking in front of people who are trying to cast you, because it's like they want to see your walk. They want to see how your body moves. They don't want to see you pulling down your pants. They don't want to see you adjusting your shirt. They don't want to see you touching the clothes at all, because the reality is, and I'm not talking about crazy ass Balenciaga shows that you've seen, okay? The reality is, most like shows you're gonna do, they don't want you really messing with the clothes or touching them. I actually, the second show I walked in during Fashion Week, they told us, like, please do not touch the clothes. Please don't manipulate them or do anything weird. Like, we want to showcase the clothes as they are. Just walk, do your pose, whatever. But, like, don't be bunching it up and playing with it. So if they see you doing that in a casting, there's a very real chance that they might be like, no, because we don't really want, you know, her or him doing that on the runway.
They want to know you're going to be comfortable in the clothes that they put you in.
Exactly.
Because one, they fit you because your measurements are correct, right? And then two, that you're able to walk out on this runway and fully be like, I am wearing the clothes. Thank you. You cannot be standing there.
No, not gonna work, not gonna work. Okay, so our next point, guys, this is actually a point that it for some reason took me until halfway through all of our castings to understand, and Nadia can attest to this. So you want to make sure you are wearing 3 to 4 inch heels if you are female in all these castings. If you're a guy, you can wear boots, but we're more so making this video for the ladies. So you want to make sure you're wearing these heels, not kitten heels, okay, because you want to make sure that you're showing them you can walk in bigger heels. There's a very real chance if you were to show up to a show with these short little heels on that they'd be like, no, like, do you have any bigger shoes? Do you have any bigger heels? Okay, so make sure you are wearing heels. I tried to get away with wearing like Harley Davidson boots with a heel on them. Do you think I got casted for any shows wearing those? No. Okay, all of the castings I went to in them, didn't hear back. Gee, I wonder why. It's because all of the girls were wearing heels, and I even made a joke at like one of the earlier castings where I was like, yeah, I think it's fine, and like the girls around me were just kind of like, and I don't blame them, because like, actually, what was I thinking? Okay, yeah. I know that, and I hate wearing heels. It is what it is. Everybody wears them. You have to wear them. Like, you're not special.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm gonna tell you right now, whatever heels you do have, I'm telling, so many women pull up wearing 6, 8 inch heels that they cannot walk in. Nobody wants, you're not impressing anybody if you can't walk in the damn shoe.
No.
Make sure that you can walk in them, please, and well. And that does bring us to our next point, I believe.
It does. We're back. Yeah. We got this little guy and brought him in here because he was being a bit rambunctious. He wanted to be included. So, say hi, Lucky. Say hi. He's like, yeah, no, I don't really
He just
care.
wants to be here.
Okay, yeah, he's just chilling. Okay, so that brings us to our next point, which is practice your runway walk in your runway shoes. Do not think that you're going to do it barefoot and execute it perfectly in your 3 to 4 inch heels the next day. No. Okay, that's what I thought. I was feeling really confident. I was walking.
Tell them the story.
Oh, let's do a story time. Okay, this is why I am so I would say fired up about this subject, because I actually have a story about this. I've already told this story on my page, but just in case you missed it, I went to a casting for high society modeling, and I think it was February 4th or 5th, in heels, like literally 5 or 6 inch heels that I bought from Facebook Marketplace that morning. Okay, strike 1, 2, and 3, because what the fuck are you doing? And I walked in there. I literally had never practiced walking in them ever before this casting, and I just thought, I can do it. I've walked in heels before, not 5 or 6 inch heels. Okay, what are you doing? So the walk was bad. It wasn't even a walk. It was more of a shuffle. There is no music. It is dead silent. This place, it's a wooden floor. There's like, the acoustics are amazing, but that is not helping at this moment. You just hear like this like clacking like down the runway. And I finally got all the way down the runway, hand them my comp card, and they're like, thanks. I'm like, this is not dissing them, because if I was them, I would have had the same reaction. Like, genuinely, what are you doing? Okay, like they were lovely people. It was my fault, and I'm just telling you, like, don't make the same mistake I did. Oh my god, I sat down, this girl next to me was like clearly trying not to laugh. I was like, you can laugh, you know, it's whatever. So then I went out that night, like literally that night, and got heels that actually fit me. Okay, and I practiced walking in those heels, and you know what, I was totally fine. I got casted for 2 shows, whatever. Fashion Week was awesome, but you have to make sure you can walk in the shoes. If you can't walk in the shoes, it's kind of a much lower probability that you're going to get casted.
The possibility is zero. The possibility doesn't exist. And as a little tip, as you're walking from casting to casting, as you know, sometimes you have like an hour break or so in between castings, go get some food, but don't just chill. There's no time to chill. Go outside, find an alleyway, find a corner, find a little street that doesn't have a lot of people in it, a park, I don't care, and have your friend who you met at the casting, because we're being social, have your friends film you doing your walk. Practice your walk. As the people say, the streets are your runway, the freaking subway station is your runway. Everywhere you go, practice that walk so that it doesn't feel unnatural to do that walk.
Mm-hmm.
When you get in front of the casting agent, you already have to deal with the anxiety of being like, hi, my name is, right? So you want to make sure that your walk isn't like, okay, I have to like settle into it. It should feel natural at a point. Of course, the first few times it's not going to, but that's why we practice everywhere we go. And seeing your progress just feels quite nice.
It does. Filming it is really important. It might feel really awkward, like she said, and you're like, oh, this is weird. But it can really help you like see your mistakes in real time. Also, if you're gonna practice your walk with another person and you guys are gonna critique each other, make damn sure it's somebody honest, okay? I'm not even kidding. I only got certain castings because she was real with me about my walk. She was like, you need to put your shoulders back, stop doing whatever that is with your feet, like whatever. Like she was very real about it, okay? And if she had been, I would say one of those people who's, you know, really nice and a people pleaser and doesn't want to offend you.
Yeah, it looks great.
You're rocking it, girl.
So
great job. Whole time I look like I don't know, I just escaped the ward. Okay,
you're not being nice. You're actually being very mean.
You're being
in my opinion.
Because you're lying and you're low key trying to sabotage them low key. So have somebody who's going to be real with you and be
real.
Yes.
With other people.
You be real with them.
We're trying to pursue our dreams here.
Yes.
So
the nicest thing you can do is tell someone the truth about their walk, okay? It is, and you might be thinking, well, what if they get offended? If they get offended, this industry isn't for them anyway, honestly, okay? Like, they should be able to take that criticism, run with it, and then fix it and say, okay, what about this? What about that? If they look at you and they're like, what do you mean? I thought it was great. Lost cause, move on. Go be friends with someone else, seriously.
Or just ask somebody else.
Yeah,
like,
ask somebody else. Ask somebody else, okay?
I honestly think it's great to, you know, meet someone that you like and be like, hey, can you quickly just watch me do my walk? Do your walk. They'll be like, oh, I really liked it, but, you know, I noticed that, you know, you could extend your leg more. Take those things, obviously, with a grain of salt, but there's no one, like, that's going to be more honest with you than yourself,
it's
right?
true.
You're going to watch over your videos and be like, okay, I'm going to need to do this and this and that. So, yeah. Those are our tips.
Those are our tips.
New York Fashion Week castings.
Yes, for Fashion Week. Of course, you know, you don't have to like take our advice as the word of God, but we did do it, we survived it, and we got booked.
Yes, we did.
Show, actually.
Yeah.
We walked for the Macy's collection, so yay. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have done this yourself or you have any tips that you would like to share with us, please let us know. Also, if you have any other questions for like future videos, whatever, also please let us know, because we obviously love to talk, so we can make multiple videos on this topic, especially because it's a lived experience for us.
Absolutely. And we will be making more videos because, listen, we don't gatekeep.
No.
I am literally anti-gatekeep. I will tell you everything that I know because we're all here to grow. We're all in the up and up. So go supporting girls.
Exactly. And especially in this industry, we do not gatekeep, because it is hard. It is really hard to get your foot in the door, and people that act like there is some sort of secret code when, you know, all it takes is hard work, effort, and following directions. Not cool. Okay, so we are going to tell you how to follow those directions and how you can put that work in. All right? Thank you so much for watching, guys.
Bye.